Hey, what's going down? I'm Donald Nelson, and you're listening to the Confidence in the Klutch podcast. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free, y'all. Listen at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com on iTunes, Google Play Music. Subscribe, rate, and review. It's important. Visit us on Facebook, Confidence in the Klutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K in the K. Remember, subscribe, rate, and review. It's important. Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk about the finals, game one. We got reaction, adjustments, and the winner of game two. Colangelogate, Roseanne, Drake and Pusha T, beef, album reviews of Kanye and Black Thought, Night Wonder, and more. Let's get into it, y'all. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 and the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence
4, 5, 6.
in the clutch.
Every time that joint come on, give me the same feeling, yo. Welcome. You are welcome. Welcome to the Confidence in the Klutch podcast, man. I've been out here live for 2 weeks tomorrow. So it is what it is, though. I just want to shout out to everybody that has downloaded, listened to a piece, went to the sections that I've marked with timestamps to say, hey, we're going to support this brother and the movement, man. It's just the beginning. So I'm not skipping any steps. I'm staying on the grind. That way I appreciate it more. It's always greater later, y'all. So just keep growing with me, working with me, man. I appreciate everything. You know what I mean? Hit me on Twitter at K in the K with questions. Listen, we're not going to abuse platforms, right? I'm not going to make a YouTube channel. YouTube is for videos. I do that when we get the video, right? Just for right now, I can go live on Facebook or whatever it's called on Instagram and do it that way if I want to share a video. But we're not going to do that. I'm not going to put audio up on YouTube when it's a video, right? That's just like putting a putting a letter on Instagram. Instagram is for pictures, fam. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to do that. We're not going to abuse the platform. We're going to use these platforms for what they are. So that means you got to be creative or you got to have something to put up, yo. So we're not going to do that at Confidence in the Klutch. Why? Because we got other means to get it done, yo. You heard me? So, no, my air did not get fixed. But, you know, it's cool. Today we had a very mild day. Yesterday we had a very mild day in the mill. So it really didn't affect me. You know what I mean? Actually, I had all the windows open, blowing out the hot air and yesterday in the house. And it made it feel real good, man. My baby girl, she had a bad time with injuries this year. She had a concussion. She suffered on January 6th, and then I want to say first weekend in April, second weekend in April for her club soccer team. She got a foot contusion, man. So it's been a hard athletic spell today, but this year so far. But man, God is good. June 2nd, 2018, her last game for her school team. My baby girl went out there and played. She ain't been doing nothing in a month and a half. No running, no nothing. Could barely put pressure on the foot though. But she had the confidence in the clutch to go out today and make it happen. Got out there, man. Everybody's happy to see her. No practice, no nothing. Scored 2 goals. But really only one because they called one back. Said it was offside. Said it was close. So you know it is what it is. We on trip, but the first goal was nice. Second goal was better. She put it up, man, in the upper right hand corner, and that's what I've been asking her to do to get the ball off the ground, man. So no practice, no nothing. Fresh out the car, fresh off crutches, fresh off a little small, little hard, little shoe to hitting top right corner, man. So that just made everything just legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta have confidence in the clutch. And she got kicked in the leg and she was limped off the field. We was like, oh man, not again. Everybody, all 5 coaches was on the side like, oh come on, you gotta be kidding me, yo. But it was good, man, for the last game with the team, man. Shout out to Shout out to our team at Woodlands, man, Team 2. And you know what I'm saying, it was all good. It was all good, man. So let's jump into this content because we sure got a lot. Because I've been waiting and holding and thinking and listening and watching and forming my opinion based upon the facts and the data and the information in front of me. So that's what you're gonna get at Confidence in the Klutch. You know, if you watch all our shows, all the pod shows, I call them pod shows. Um, you know, all my ESPN shows, my Fox Sports shows that I watch. They put information up, man. You got to go check it out, make sure it's legit, and then you take it or whatever. You don't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? You reinvent the wheel with your content and how you go ahead and do it, man. So it's all good though. But you know, it's funny. That's why I like Jalen and Jacoby. They'll give you podcast specific information. That's what Jacoby like to say all the time, man. So you trying to get somewhere, you gotta do what they do. I mean, to make it work for you. So let's go ahead. That's 6 minutes, man. Let's get it together and get this cracking. Oh yeah, y'all know I got that. Come on, man. Yeah, I think this Kanye too. We'll get into that album review, y'all. Kanye been dropping some heat with his production. Man, this is the beginning that everybody knew this was him now. Oh yeah. Yeah. Finals, game 1, Cavs versus Warriors. Warriors win 124-114 in overtime. Steph Curry, 29 points, 11 to 23 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3-point range, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Durant, 26 points, 9 to 10 from the free throw line, 9 and 6, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Klay Thompson, 24 points, 8 of 16 from the field, 5 of 10 from tray ball range, and 3 rebounds. Draymond Green, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. For the Cavs, LeBron, 51 points, 19 and 32 shooting, 3 of 7 from 3-point range, 10 and 11 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. I don't know what more he could have done. Kevin Love, 21 points, 9 of 20 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3-point range, and 13 rebounds. J.R. Smith, 10 points, 2 of 6 from 3-point range, and 6 rebounds. And Larry Nance Jr., 9 points and 11 rebounds. Now, my box score reaction, MVP, of course, LeBron James. 51 points, man. Come on. On 59% shooting. Finals career high. 5th most all time, but he's the first to lose to scoring 50, man. He did everything. Great game. You know what I'm saying? It was a great game. I don't know what more LeBron can do. Put him in a position to win. Have multiple opportunities, but we're going to talk about how that broke down, yo. During the game, it was a great game. It was a great back and forth game, y'all. Great back and forth game. So, great back and forth game. 17 ties and 15 lead changes. It was all tied up 56 at the half. James had 24 points and 4 rebounds. Curry had 18.6 rebounds at half. Curry hit a 35 to 40-foot three-pointer before half. Like, you can't give dude no open looks over half court. They know that. JR went for the steal at the half court. JR, if you steal the ball, what you gonna do? You gonna throw the same shot he did. Steph throw it, but we know Steph can hit that. You probably can hit it too, but Steph hit it at a higher clip. So there was no reason to gamble right there when you could have just played D to make sure he had to shoot a tougher shot. That's for Steph, man. Them like layups down there. But you know, it is what it is. Love had 12 points and 6 rebounds at half, so he played okay. That 1 of 8 from tray ball range, that's not okay. You figure he hit 3 more tray balls, 2 more tray balls out of that. Cavs win the game. But Cavs led by as much as 11 points in the game and at half. It was a game high when they led that. They tied the Warriors with points in the paint. But the Warriors led in fast break point score 14-2. That's big. That means we getting out of transition. We getting steals. We getting rebounds. We outlining it out. And y'all not transitioning up the court. Y'all not transitioning up the court at a high clip as far as Cleveland. They're not transitioning up the court in a high clip. So, but you know, it's all good. Hold on. Y'all know how I go over here. Uh, um, where I'm at my notes. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, we mixing tonight too, y'all. Yeah, we mixing tonight, y'all. Okay. I'm just be tripping. It'll be funny when I be by myself doing this. I'll be doing some everything, but Cavs letting points off of turnovers. I had to get back focused. Cavs letting points off of turnovers. Durant had 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists at half. Durant didn't shoot too well at the game during the game, so that's something he has to improve for tomorrow's game. Tempo was key in first half. The Cavs controlled it, but you know what happened after halftime? The notorious Warriors, the notorious. Oh man, hold up. The notorious Warriors start to their third quarter on a 10-3 run. Then Cavs scored 7 straight to tie the game up at 68 apiece. Then it was 84-78 at the end of the third quarter. So, you know, that's a 6-point game. The Warriors were led by 3. Led at the end of 3, I should say. The biggest play of the game, I'm telling y'all, it always come down to one play. It wasn't the charge, the block charge in the fourth, which we're gonna get to. It wasn't the missed free throw by George Hill, which we're gonna get to, and it wasn't the J.R. Smith dribbling out the half court with 4 seconds on the clock. We lost him the game. It was a free throw situation. Golden State was shooting, the Warriors were shooting, and Looney got a rebound and he put it back in the fourth. Right now, I don't know if Cavs might not have all their players in the lane, on the lane line because they were arguing a call or whatever, but they went up 94-92 on that play. Right, they went up 94-92 on that play. That changed the complexity of the game because that was big. The Cavs led in offensive rebounds for the game, though. You know what I mean? That was a defensive rebound, but you know them offensive rebounds are key, and that was the biggest one of the game for the Warriors, right? And that put them up 2. Then the Cavs, you know, they went to a lot of, you know, we're gonna attack Steph too. And I'm gonna say Steph did okay holding LeBron at the key. You know what I mean? He got low. He put his arm on him. Hot hand, which means he touched him, take it off, touch him, take it off, touch him, take him off. Then they was letting Steph bridge that forearm on him. No, that ain't right though. They took that away from the game, but you know they figured LeBron bigger than Steph. Let Steph try to hold his ground. But it was 106 all with 34 seconds left on the clock, and that's when the notorious block charge call came. And the refs overturning that was huge though. The refs shouldn't have overturned it. They made a call on the floor. It was a judgment call. But they used the rule to judge fouls in the restricted area when LeBron was clearly at least 2 feet out of the area. So you can't even really go and look at the video because if it was about a restricted foul, he was nowhere near there. You don't make that call right there. Y'all made the call and leave it alone. You don't go and overturn it though. So if it would have been a block and foul on LeBron out the gate, everybody would have accepted it. But when you go, it was a charge on KD, then y'all go and overturn it to a block on LeBron. That's the bogus part because that's not right. I know the NBA releases stuff like that, but it's basketball, y'all. So then, what that set up? LeBron scores and Kirby scores and then one, right? So George Hill gets fouled. He missed the second free throw. George Hill got to make that free throw. We know he ain't never been in a situation like that in his life, that pressure-packed situation like that. George Hill has to make that free throw, though. He has to. So George Hill make that free throw. It's a different story. But JR was at the rim with 4 seconds left, and he dribbled out and didn't get off a shot. We got off a shot, but it got blocked. My thing was, what the fuck? 'Cause I was wondering where he was going, and they like he was going to give it straight to LeBron, but he at the rim. I hate when players be at the rim. I hated my girls. Y'all at the rim, y'all want to dribble back out because they scared to get their shit blocked. And that was JR. JR was scared to get his shit blocked. I know he said at first He knew what was going on. Then he said he didn't know. That's on him. He makes stupid mistakes like that. But yo, you at the rim, tie game under 4 seconds. Let the refs make a call. Jump into him. See if he swiping the ball. See if he breaks his plane, and then you go into the line and shoot a free throw. Give him a pump fake. Get him in the air. He gonna try to block your shot. But I mean, JR was right at the rim, family. If he pump fake up and under, it is what it is. That's why That's you know why. You know what? And that's why we work on post moves. We work on post moves. Everybody got to work on post moves, man. That's why the good pump fake up and under, he getting around the other side possibly because it was just him and KD really right there. We all know guards like to block shots. You know, KD a wing. So, but you know, JR lay it up, shoot it off the glass, get fouled, something. Just give your team an opportunity, yo. So, you know, at first he said he thought they were gonna call a timeout, but he could have called a timeout. All you gotta do is, you know what I'm saying, hover the ball, hug the ball, and call a timeout. So, but he didn't want to give KD his 5th block of the game, so they go to OT. Warriors start OT with a 7 overrun to start, and Thompson Livingston scored 6 apiece in OT, and it was over. Warriors outscored Cavs 17-7 in OT, and that was the Warriors' biggest lead in the game at 10 points, and it happened in OT. Warriors led in assists 31-18. What do I have right here? Cleveland won the offensive rebound battle 18-4, 53-38 overall, which helped them with second chance points 21-10. I know I stated fast break points earlier. That was for half of the game. The Warriors led them 28-18. But Cleveland with these offensive rebounds helped them with second chance points, which they outscored Golden State 21-10. So that rebound JR had was a second chance opportunity. Everybody was killing JR and George Hill, but basketball comes down to one play. And if you can make the last one run or sustain or hold court when somebody else is making a run on you. So that play by Looney came up big, because if Looney don't get that offensive rebound and Cleveland get it, that you take that 2 points away, Cleveland might have been up 1 because George Hill missed, and it's a totally different situation than they would have had to foul JR. That's how it worked, though. There's always one play that you can go to that's a momentum changer in the game, and that play was it. Because when they went to OT, Cleveland never responded. They didn't react. They didn't do nothing. Like they got punched in the face. It was over with. Turnovers were key for Cleveland, right? So Warriors had 7, the Cavs 11. For the free throw line, Warriors 19-20 for 95%, Cavs 16-22 for 73%. So let's look at turnovers and the free throws is why the Cavaliers lost that game. Turnovers and free throws. Turnovers and free throws are why the Cavs lost that game. Those two statistical categories right there are why the Cavs lost the game. Not George Hill. Not the block charge call. Not J.R. Smith. Turnovers and free throws. So, going into game 2, adjustments. Warriors have won all 4 game 1s versus the Cavs in the finals. So, this is what they do. Now, we also know Cleveland has got a couple of game 2s. Right? The Warriors were clutch in OT. They had the confidence in the clutch in OT to go ahead and do what they do at home, and they made their shots. KD needs to be better shooting. He needs a better shooting night and keeping up with Steph. If him and Steph is trading, going off together, that's going to be a hard team for Cleveland to beat. They have to continue to move the ball and make better shot selections. Klay Thompson is questionable for game 2 due to a high ankle sprain he sustained in the first quarter, though. So we got to see how that come up for the Warriors. So those are my adjustments for the Warriors and what they need to do. For the Cavs, though, shot selection, no ball movement, and lackluster D and OT. They had to have that game. So those things is what's going to be important in game 2. Shot selection, ball movement, and playing harder D. That will put them in position to win the game. They had everything they needed to win that game, and they let that one slip away. Missed free throws and turnovers, they got to turn that around. Make more free throws and commit less turnovers. That LeBron charge call was bogus, how it went down. And then JR at inter regulation knew they were tied. Lou Fields robbed, all that stuff. They got to get back to what worked. All that shit is over with. 24-hour rule. So control the tempo and pace again like they did in game one. Control that and then pace again, and they're gonna be good. The others have to show. K-Love can't be 1 for 8 for trade ball. He can't. He can't. We know he's coming back from his concussion, so that's cool because he got concussion symptoms. So just to get him out there, he all right. He all right. Each day get better with that concussion. We all know that for a fact. So, let's see. At the end of the game, no OT. Right. At the end of the game, when LeBron pushed Steph after he blocked Steph up like a little dog, watch out, man. And then Tristan got that flagrant 2 foul. Then Tristan must Draymond with the ball. And then K-Love could have been suspended because he was technically on the court talking to the ref about the flagrant foul call. Man, that was crazy. I was like, yeah, though. I like that, you know. Like, no, everybody ain't with that high side and all that shit talking the Warriors be doing and all that. We understand y'all winning. Yeah, y'all cold. Yeah. But hold up, fam. We out here, too. Respect us. Now, I ain't with the Tristan Thompson shit. Oh, cats shouldn't be shooting tray balls or dunking at the end of the game when they win. And just like that baseball rule stuff, don't flip your bat and don't trot around the thing too slow when you hit a home run. Man, skip all that, man. I'm shining, man. It ain't disrespectful for y'all, but give me my moment, though. You don't know what I went through that day, right? You don't know what I went through that day. So it go both ways, though. But luckily Tristan foul was downgraded to a flagrant 1. And K-Love was already up talking to the official when the fracas ensued, so there's no suspension for him. So my game 2 prediction, after I told y'all the adjustments and what's going on, I'm looking at no Iguodala still. I'm saying the Cavs gonna win, man, because that one hurt. That one hurt. Because if they don't split out here, man, I said Cavs in 6, right? If they don't split out here in Golden State, they can't go to 6. Because it possibly can be over in 5. They gotta get this one. They gotta get this. You understand the amount of pressure would have been if they would have got game 1 and get game 2? Man, the Warriors would have had to play. They would have had to play, man. So, I mean, that's what I got. So I got my game 2 prediction. Cavs gonna win. They're gonna get it together. LeBron might not have that 51, but he's gonna control the game and the pace. And you know what I'm saying? I can see the Cavs winning this one because they got the recipe of what to do. Unless Golden State come out shooting lights out, the Cavs know what to do because they were in the game. All right. Now the Vegas odds were out of control, right? They were out of control. Betting on the Warriors, you would have to bet $1,000 to make $100 right before LeBron dropped that 51. Right. So my Finals MVP, win or lose, is LeBron. No, period, point blank. Win or lose. This is gonna be the second time in history that happens where if they lose, him and Jerry West will be the only people to get that. Who will average the most points in this series? I'm taking LeBron easily. And Iguodala, he was out for game 1, out for game 2, went to get a second opinion. They're gonna miss him down the road once they get in Cleveland. Trust me. Series length, I said 6. Right. So, and that's where we at, y'all. So, man, it's been crazy though. It's been crazy with the other NBA news coming out of Philly with Jerry Colangelo. We call it Colangelogate. Colangelogate, man. So basically, Philadelphia 76ers GM Brian Colangelo is accused of having 5 burner accounts on Twitter, criticizing players and leaking information. I mean, that's a breach of trust. Criticizing players and leaking information, like, you shooting yourself in the foot, bro. Just to talk crazy. See, I'm one of the people. If I say something about people in my circle, I'm gonna say it to you, so you know it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I'm gonna say the same shit when you there. So, you know what I'm saying? We a family. We in an organization. I should be able to holler at you. You're supposed to be able to holler at me. We don't do all that punk shit though. You know what I mean? That shit weak. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So, let's see. He taken from the ringer.com. He criticized NBA players including Joel Embiid, Jaleel Okafor, and Nerlens Noel. Publicly debate the decisions of his own coaching staff, as well as critique former Sixers general manager Sam Hinkie and Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri. He telegraphed the 2017 trade in which the Sixers acquired the number one overall draft pick that would become Markelle Fultz. Disclosed non-public medical information about Okafor and gossip about Embiid and Fultz to members of the national Philadelphia media. So he had one at Philadelphia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he followed media members like they beat writers, Sixers employees, and NBA agents, but it never tweeted. Then he had another one. He had 4 more. What was the other one, man? I was reading the article earlier, man, but one of them he always talk crazy from. Always. It was man, what was the name of that joint, yo? Let me look it up right fast, 'cause I got it on my iPad. It what was it called? Here it go. Hold up, y'all. The one was called man, I'm right here. Enough unknown sources. How real is that, right? Enough unknown sources was the name of the Twitter handle, man. So, but it's coming out that they're saying that 3 accounts are speculated to be controlled by his wife because they were talking about his son high school games, and his son plays at the University of Chicago, his boy. So they would talk about that and all that stuff. So, and all the accounts from the investigation the Ringer did, Colangelo did say that Philadelphia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 was his other account because he used that to, watch what other NBA teams and players are doing and saying and all that stuff, follow his players and all that. I get that piece. I get that. I follow my girls and stuff to see what they're doing because that social media gets kids in a lot of trouble. So I get it. You want to monitor what they do. But the other one, nah, they was bugging, saying a lot of bogus shit, man. Talking about when they did have Okafor, it was a trade with New Orleans. He was supposed to go through, didn't pass the physical. They telling writers in the media to ask Philly for interviews, and if they have to sit down and bring this to him. He talked about when they was gonna do the Markelle Fultz trade a month before it happened, saying, "What if we do this and do that, do that, do that?" Like, he was just doing too much, man. And all the accounts follow like the same people, tweet some of the same stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's real crazy, man. So they looking at firing dude, though. Even if his wife did it, he was giving his wife information she was putting out there, man. So that's crazy, though. And B was like, and said he didn't believe it was him. If it was, that would be weird, crazy type of deal, man. So that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I never heard anything like that. So, but it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I think dude need to get checked, and he probably do need to lose his job because it's a different day and age, man. You releasing sensitive information about people on your players and all that, and that wasn't cool, bro. That wasn't cool talking crazy like that. Because that means you don't like people saying Joel Embiid is just childish as hell, and he need to grow up in this Ben Simmons team now. And Markelle Fultz, and he got issues, and his mama dating his trainer, and ain't nothing wrong with him. He got except his head, and Nerlens Noel was bogus. He got surgery when he got back to Philly, and he could have got it done in the summer, and it didn't need to get done anyway. He could have hooped, and he was a cancer, and man, he was going in. Talking about the old GM Sam Hinkie, and he ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't build that great of a roster, and I don't know why y'all trying to give him all the credit. Talking about Masai Ujiri, who was up under him in Toronto, and he got let go of Toronto, and they brought Masai in to take it to fulfill his duties, and he didn't like that. I was talking crazy about him, and man, he was talking crazy about everybody. You got to go on the ringer.com, man. Go on the ringer.com and read that article, and they got all the tweets, all the stuff up, man. It's a good read, man. It's a good read, y'all. We're going to jump into halftime right now. My halftime and my I'm just gonna do my halftime right now. I'm just gonna do my halftime. My halftime is about Roseanne. 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 Man. Yeah, we doing halftime on her. So Roseanne, it's a comedian. She had a show called Roseanne, late '80s, mid '90s. It was a reboot that came out. It was doing pretty well on ABC, but it was canceled due to racist tweets about Valerie Jarrett, who was a former top aide to President Barack Obama. Barr wrote, quote, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equal VJ. And that was in reference to Jarrett. ABC announced it was canceling Roseanne out the gate in the aftermath of her Twitter outburst. Roseanne apologized. Quote, there was no excuse for what she did, but she was on Ambien. She was on Ambien. So she said, I said the lady looked like Planet of the Apes. She was on Ambien. Yeah, I mean, y'all know the light skinned Planet of the Apes, the one that was maybe the president daughter or something like that, the light skinned one. She said she looked like her. I don't know if she's just trying to make a joke, but anytime you put ape and black people together, it's not a joke. So that's gonna get your ass canned or fired on. One of the three, if not all the three. So it was just crazy. But Jarrett said, quote, I think we have to turn it, and Valerie Jarrett's response is, quote, I think we have to turn it into a teaching moment. On CNN, per CNN, in a statement announcing the cancellation of her sitcom, ABC Entertainment President Channing Dungey said, Roseanne, quote, Roseanne's Twitter statement is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values. So we'll holler at you. And it's funny the people that came to her defense, yo, but you can't do that. You can't do that. Not the country we live in, not where we came from. You can't. A whole group of people that was ostracized, displaced, taken, misplaced, misrepresented, controlled, lied to, neglected, taken advantage of, and still to this day get beat by the police for nothing, just for being black. You can't do that here, y'all. So Roseanne, I hope you get it together though. But if not, good luck, baby. Gotta have confidence in the clutch. You know what I mean? Halftime now. Take this little break, y'all. Get right back to you. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you gotta have confidence in the clutch. Practice confidence, confidence in the clutch, baby. Pressure makes diamonds. Confidence makes perfect, baby. Let's go get it. Get right back into it. Oh man. Drake, Pusha T, man, is at another level now, baby. So let's get us updated. Pusha T and Drake been going at it for years. Little subliminals. Pusha T came out with a song last weekend on his album Daytona called Infrared, where he came at Drake. Drake responded with Duppy and messing with a monster. The beef escalated. Drake had a black face from Degrassi and a Jim Crow t-shirt. So black face is when the white people would put black stuff on their face with red lipstick. Drake had a picture with Jim Crow, right? Jim Crow t-shirt on. And he had to come out with a statement because that was the cover of Pusha T's response to Duppy. Drake stated it was a cry for awareness of black actors and actresses' plight in the media. To Pusha T, put that on the album, the cover art for the song, The Story of Adidon, or Adidon. And that joint hit back hard. On Big Boy's radio show, Pusha T stated on Drake, quote, you are silent on all black issues. He's coming hard, y'all. The record hits hard, talking about his mom's, pops, baby mama. Well, his supposed baby mama, who's his supposed baby mama, and hiding his assumed child with the supposed baby mama, who was a former porn star, Sophie Broussac. Push states he has more material going in because Drake mentioned his fiance name. So he said everything is off the thing. So Drake, Pusha T went hard because Drake mentioned his fiance's name in Doopy. Round 3. Right now, Drake done caught it. If a push to say you are silent on all black issues, it's the truth. Because like Drake can hide just being, oh no, I'm Jewish, right? I'm not black. It's real easy. So man, Pusha T exposing him. When you go to war, this is what it is. Drake can be calculated all he want, but you know what I'm saying, and know when to strike. But right now, all this momentum, Drake got an album coming out this Friday too, Scorpion. So Drake might be like, man, I ain't taking no negative publicity, but Adidon is the name of his Adidas line, right? That's the name of his Adidas line, so that's crazy. And that's what Pusha was saying in the song. You gonna announce the words you got a son for a sneaker ad, through a sneaker ad, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna have to restructure Drake's whole name. He might have killed this whole branding joint right now, because Adidon gonna be reference to this, right? So I don't know if Adidas gonna get involved, because all three of them got deals with Adidas, Kanye, Drake, and Pusha. They're just gonna let this ride, and it is what it is. It's good for hip hop, if you ask me, though. We need some bars and cats talking crazy or whatever. That's the essence of it. So, but it's all right though. Now, whew, boy, this Kim K Rhymefest, man, that got a little crazy on Twitter. A little crazy is probably an understatement. So, a little crazy is probably an understatement. But man, I will say this: Kim K stands for her man. She gonna ride for her man, y'all. So, it's basically over. Rhymefest asking Kanye to donate money to Donda's house, which is it was Kanye's mother's charity, because Kanye doesn't donate any money. He stated, Kanye said, "Fuck the youth of Chicago." Enter Kim K. She went all the way in on Rhymefest about him being kicked out of the studio for wearing fake Yeezys. He can't sustain a foundation. Was in the studio a couple weeks ago and didn't ask for none of this. I stayed none of this. He was paid up front for Pablo work and disappeared, and she would take down his house from him and didn't know. I didn't know Kim K had it in her to get gangster. Here come Rhymefest. Enter Rhymefest. Kanye asked him to help. He tried to take down his house, but Kanye was more interested in that. To talk down his house, but Kanye was more interested in the album. He's asking Ye to invest more in the youth with appearances and finances, and you know how you talking when you physically ain't there. Showed up or talk to the executive director, and they can take over the foundation since they lack support from them in 5 years. And if you Google Donna's house, you know what I'm saying, you will see, you know, all the good things they're doing, and they'll be changing the charity name from Donna's house immediately. Then re-enter Kim K. Donda and Kanye started the charity Loop Dreams. Kanye changed name to Donda's house when she passed away and paid Rhymefest to run it. It was lack of performance and financial trouble. Ye couldn't fund salaries no more because of financial trouble, and they weren't doing well. Rhymefest asked to take it over with no financial help from Ye. Ye conceded. You know what I'm saying? And Kim K basically not having him will always ride with her man. Down. I'm with it. Stay down. Stay down. I mean, you ain't gonna blast my man like that, because they didn't know what it is. It got real, and I hope they figure it out, because the youth of Chicago need it regardless. So, I mean, somebody got to step up, you know, but, you know, you never know these backdoor deals. But, man, social media ain't the place to have them conversations when you can call me. You can text me. You can send me the email. And you was with me. You got to have the confidence in the Klutch. We're going to have different disagreements, right? We're going to have disagreements, but, you know, man, you just got to have the confidence in the Klutch to know that somebody's gonna respect you, and we're gonna figure this out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like social media to try to quell differences. It ain't everybody's business. So be a man, be a woman, stand up, have that conversation. Let's get this together the right way, y'all. I ain't like that. Let's move on to these album reviews, though. We got Kanye West, the Ye album. 7 songs, about coming up short of 24 minutes, short of contrite. First listen, I was like, what the fuck is this, man? What is this? What is this? What is this, man? Then it grew on me. What's up, Bill? Oh, yeah. Then it grew on me. There's no club banger on there at all. You know, I'm with the social conscious message about mental health and everything. And it's a very introspective album, to say the least. You know what I mean, he's addressing mental health and he's addressing mental health and loving his woman and all those types of things on there and messing up and you know I'm cool with that. I'm real cool with that. It's a very introspective album though. I would say that. And production wise, he's still an A1 producer. You know what I'm saying? And his allegiances and who he messes with. I love that. I love Ty Dolla Sign. So you know Ty Dolla Sign is all up through that joint. You know, um, so it was all good. But he got some notable bars. He's crazy on the song called All Mine. He say, "I love your titties because they." Kanye, man. I love your titties because they prove I can focus on two things at once. End quote. Kanye. Let me hit it raw like fuck the outcome. Hey, none of us will be here without come. Quote, quote. Come on, Kanye. Come on, man. Come on, man. Then on No Mistakes, I like this one though. I don't take advice from people less successful than me. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it. I get it. Gotta have confidence in the clutch and know you know what's happening, man. But good music, baby. Good music to label. Good music, baby. Period. Loving the album. The more I listen to it, though. And he got this young lady named 070 Shake, man. She's a nice talent. She the one that sung the chorus on Santeria on Pusha T album, man. And she on the last two tracks, man. And I like her vibe. I like how I'm feeling about her. So, but yeah, man, just take a listen. I know the first time you're gonna be like, what? You know what I mean? What? So, but yeah, I like it though. It's Kanye now. This is what it is, and I'm loving the consciousness of him. I'm loving the consciousness of J. Cole. We're talking about this mental health. I love the consciousness of Royce the 5'9" on this album, the Book of Ryan. These three albums deal with mental health. And I told y'all a quote from Royce 5'9". He said, "People care more about let me read the quote the right way. It's a phenomenal quote to me. On the second track on that Royce, he said, let me find it, yo. I got it in my phone, man. Yeah. All right. Whatever. We value physical much more than we do our mental health. Quote unquote, Royce the 5'9". We value physical much more than we do our mental health. Mental health is wealth, baby. Got to get it together, man. And there was another album, man. Black Thought and Ninth Wonder dropped a collab EP, Streams of Thought Volume 1. This is taken from Vibe.com. Black Thought, you know, looks to explore various concepts of the collective, right? Of the collective yet individual black experience. Okay? It's a dope album though. It's a real dope album. And it's a real dope album, y'all. It's a real dope album. Black Thought drops his first solo project with the Grammy Award winning producer Ninth Wonder. This is his first of 3 solo joints he's gonna release. Thought has always been revered as a spitter in the hip hop community, man. Thought has always produced. Thought is always bars. Okay, he showed it on Funk Flex, over 10-minute freestyle last year. The 5-track EP clocks in about 20 minutes, and his bars and production are top notch. Along with his guest appearances of Rhapsody, Styles P, and R&B singer Kirby. Let me tell y'all something. I was talking to my homeboy Melvin. Black Thought has never had a whack verse, man. You know, some people verse like, Black Thought has never had a whack verse. Now, I bet he ain't never been bodied on when somebody else ever been on a song with him. I know he was on Big Pun album, so I got to re-listen to that song. I'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But that's a dope album. So take a listen on that on your Apple Music, your Spotify. Me, I'm a Tidal cat. You know what I mean? So I'm Tidal. I mean, anything I get extra J or B, I'm trying to see extra J and B. You know what I mean? So I'm Tidal. Plus, that's old cats like me. I think Apple Music I think iPhones are for kids and all kids and old people because they're so simple and easy to use. I'm a power user. I need a little bit more. So that's why I don't have Apple Music. But I got an iPad though because it's the best tablet in the game to me for what I do. So anyway, in this environment right now in hip hop, where we're seeing these albums with not a lot of tracks, as opposed to Chris Brown who dropped like 45 songs on that Heartbreak on the Full Moon or whatever. Like, you know, you can undersaturate, oversaturate, or get it just right. So, and this new trend in release is due to an environment with all the streams now. Nobody's buying physical media anymore. People aren't even downloading stuff. They're just streaming it from their joint. I believe it is because if I can drop 3 albums in a year, 7 songs, 5 songs a piece, that's another cat regular 21 album song or 21 song album or 15 song album, and that's legit. You know what I mean? If it's about streams, because the thing is, here's the thing why I listen to Kanye over and over again. Last week in Daytona, while I listened to Streams of Thought Volume 1, because they so short, I just got on repeat. Jump. So they repeating. By the time you listen to somebody else's regular album for an hour, you don't listen to they joint 3 times. So them streams counting out for them, just basically because they're so tightly put together with hardly no room for error, and they're sonically sounding good albums. You know, besides Kanye with the crazy bars. I mean, Pusha T, they talking about that's one of the dopest albums of the year so far. He got 7 songs, right? So I'm just trying to see what this Nas gonna do, like in 2 weeks. That's 7 songs. Come on, man. I'm just trying to see what that's gonna do, right? So, but yeah, these little short albums now. This is where it is. Why put all that work into that? Spend all that money in the studio. Let's just get 7. We getting the same money. So I'm thinking the artists done figured out how to do it. You heard it first with Confidence in the Klutch, man. That I believe the artists figured out how to get their money and how to make it better for everybody involved, yo. All right, y'all. Now we're going to jump into our segment, Bad Call. And, you know, we already said Roseanne was going to be the bad call. So let's just get right into her once again. Roseanne, listen. You said what you said. Don't get to blaming it on stuff. Don't get to blaming it on pills and all that stuff. We don't do that. Stop blaming it on stuff. That's just, you said what you wanted to say. This country is in a state where everybody can say what they want to say about black people. Everybody can do whatever they want to about black people and get away with saying and doing what they want to do to black people. But what these other people are showing you is not so much. Y'all got to relax. It's 2018. We can't be going backwards, but clearly some of y'all are in your bullshit state of mind that you feel like you can do what you want to do and you're untouchable and it's cool and it's funny, but it's not. And Roseanne, you get the bad call.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Yeah. All right. So, for execution in the clutch, y'all. Plays and game winning or losing possessions. That 34-second block charge call and J.R. Smith, man, both of those bogus. The block charge call should not have been overturned. And J.R. Smith, you got to know time, score, and situation. Time, score, and situation. So that was not execution in the clutch. Putting up shot segment. We're putting in work we already know. LeBron James. Finals career high, 5th most all time, first one to lose. He did what he wanted to do, so we gonna salute that brother though. I mean, he put in work. Can't say he didn't do nothing. For numbers in the clutch, only number we got to worry about right now is these albums and how short they are, right? And I think it's clutch because why put all that work and stuff where you can come out and drop more. Let us get this run and then come out and drop something else. Let's just get this run, fizzle out, come back, drop something else. Stay hot the whole year. Stay hot the whole year with the same amount of songs if you dropped. I'm telling you, I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a good thing. But yeah, the numbers in the clutch though, that big one that jumped out to me was, in order to make $100, you gotta bet 1,000 on the Warriors. That's crazy, fam. Why play games with your money? I don't do that. So, and you know, it is what it is. So, you know, that's how we go. So, and now, you know, my final thought of the day: make my last shot in the gym, off the glass, left hand side, fade away. Game 2, Sunday at 7. I got Cavs winning, y'all. I got Cavs winning. So we gonna see. Can't go down 0-2. The split is what they need. Remember, the series doesn't start until a team wins on the road. The away team wins on the road. Or the home team loses a home game. Same thing. So I expect another good game. Be ready to rock and roll tomorrow, y'all. So thank you for your support. Thank you to New York. Thank you to Wisconsin. Thank you to California, where my national following is getting a buzz. Downloads from those 3 markets. Thank you to my international audience in Lesotho. You know, African and how they pronounce stuff and how it's supposed to sound is different than how we pronounce it because of the English language we were forced to learn here. So, you know, the proper name is Lesotho. It's Lesotho from here. So shout out to my international fan base as well, y'all. So internationally recognized, nationally known, regionally, statewide, followed, coast to coast, baby. So appreciate the support. Whether it's the game of basketball or the game of life, you got to have confidence in the clutch. Practice makes confidence. Pressure makes diamonds. Stay sucker free. Listen at confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, on iTunes and Google Play Music. Subscribe, rate, and review is important. Visit us on Facebook, Confidence in the Clutch. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KNK. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good, blessed night, y'all. Peace. We out. Three, two, one. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence
4, 5, 6.
in the clutch.